There's this incredible shift that happens after 60. It's this pull away from all the noise and, well, towards something quieter, something more real. Today, we're going to talk about the art of emotional pruning. Think of it as a powerful way to simplify your life. And this isn't about retreating, not at all. It's actually an advanced strategy for living a truly rich life. So let's get into it. Let's just start right here with this powerful idea. For most of our lives, we're told that a good life is a busy life, right? Just packed to the gills with people, places, and things to do. But what if that feeling you have, that urge to slow down a bit, to step back, what if that's not a sign that you're winding down? What if it's actually the emergence of a biological superpower? This isn't about you running out of gas, nope. This is your brain finally giving you permission to use your energy on what really truly matters. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to uncover this hidden superpower by looking at what's happening inside your brain. We'll get into the science of simplifying and why it can sometimes feel like you're swimming upstream against the world. Then, we'll talk about moving from a life of expansion to one of essentialism. And I'll give you a really practical protocol for this emotional pruning. We'll reframe this whole thing as a kind of wisdom, and we'll finish up by giving you total permission to walk away from the things that no longer serve you.
All right, let's dive right in with the engine driving this whole change, your brain. That feeling you get, the desire to simplify, to have fewer but much deeper conversations, to just avoid the drama, that's not just you changing your mind. It's a biological mandate. It's like your internal operating system is getting a major and very welcome upgrade.
So what's really going on here is tied to something called the time horizon. As we get more and more aware that our time isn't infinite, our brain kicks off this really sophisticated process of refinement. And I want to be crystal clear, this is not decline. It is an upgrade. The part of your brain that handles emotions, the amygdala, it actually starts reacting less to negative stuff, to drama. It's a structural change designed for a brand new mission, maximizing the quality of the time you have left. And this whole process actually has a name. It's called Socioemotional Selectivity. It's a really well-studied theory, and it basically says that as we age, our motivations naturally shift. We start moving away from goals like just gathering more knowledge or making more and more contacts, and we move towards goals that give us deep emotional meaning. Your brain is intelligently choosing depth over breadth. It's just not interested in collecting 1,000 acquaintances anymore. It's all about cultivating those few true connections. So here's the bottom line. Think of your brain as this brilliant investor who's now laser focused on your emotional ROI, your emotional return on investment. It gets that your energy is a finite thing, and it's just not willing to spend it on low return activities anymore, like superficial parties or pointless arguments. Instead, your brain is asking you to sell off the drama, to clear out the emotional clutter, so you can reinvest that precious energy into the things that give you deep, restorative return. Okay, so if our brain is doing this amazing thing, why can it feel so hard sometimes? Well, this next part is all about that friction, the conflict that happens when your own biology runs smack into what society expects from you. And working right alongside that socio-emotional selectivity is another incredible force called the positivity effect. And this is backed up by solid research. As we get older, our brains literally get better at letting go of negative stuff and holding on to the positive. You remember the good memories more clearly, and you find yourself less bothered by little daily annoyances. Your brain is quite literally hardwiring itself for peace. And this really lays out the core conflict, doesn't it? On one side, you've got society shouting, stay busy, stay relevant, and that creates what we can call identity guilt, that nagging feeling that if you're not doing something all the time, you're somehow failing. It leads to cognitive overcrowding, just a mind full of static. But on the other side, that's your brain's clear biological mandate for peace, for simplicity. It's seeking a high-value emotional life, not a high-intensity one. And that friction you feel, that's your own wisdom trying to break through a lifetime of noise. So how in the world do we resolve this conflict? Well, it takes a conscious shift in our philosophy. We have to move from a life of endless expansion and accumulation to a life of essentialism, a life of intentional curation. You see, when we're younger, we're in this phase of emotional expansion. We say yes to pretty much everything, right? Because we're gathering experiences, contacts, obligations. We're an obligated participant. But later in life, the real goal is emotional essentialism. It's about intentionally pruning all that stuff to cultivate real depth and quality. And in this phase, saying no isn't a missed opportunity anymore. It is system optimization. You stop just being a participant and you become a sovereign auditor of the heart. You are the one who decides what and who gets your precious time. And this is why it's so incredibly important. Your energy isn't just some abstract feeling. It is a finite biological currency. Every single ounce you spend on cable news anxiety, on family drama, on draining relationships, that's currency you can never get back to spend on your health, your real passions, or the people who actually fill you up. When you start protecting this currency, the benefits are real. Better sleep, lower stress, and this incredible sense of just feeling whole. All right, let's get practical. It's one thing to know the theory, but it's another thing to actually apply it. So this section is all about a concrete framework, a set of tools really, to help you line up your daily habits with your brain's new mission. We call it the Emotional Pruning Protocol, and it has 5 simple steps: the 24-hour social filter, the circle audit, the thought clutter rule, information fasting, and the big one, the sacred hour. Let's break down how each one of these works. So first up, the 24-hour social filter. When someone asks you to do something that you just know is going to drain you, don't give an answer right away. Just say, "Let me get back to you," and wait one day. That pause gives your wiser, calmer brain a chance to weigh in. Second, the circle audit. Think about the relationships in your life that feel more like an obligation than a joy. You don't have to cut them off, but you can consciously decide to move them to low-frequency status. A few deep connections are so much better for your well-being than a huge circle of acquaintances. Third is the thought clutter rule. For those worries that just loop in your head, ask yourself this one simple question: will this matter in 5 years? If the answer is no, you give yourself permission to let it go. And fourth, information fasting. You have to limit how much news and social media you consume. That constant drumbeat of outrage is designed to hijack your brain and keep you in a state of low-grade anxiety. The final step? Honestly, this might be the most powerful of all. It's the sacred hour. This means 60 minutes every single day of total internal silence. No inputs. That means no phone, no TV, no books, not even any music. Now, why is this so critical? Because it gives your brain's default mode network, that's the part responsible for reflection and big insights, the time it needs to do its job. It needs quiet to sort through the day, connect the dots, and file away your wisdom. Think of it like essential maintenance for your mind. This could be the single most important change you make, and you can start today. Now, it is so important that we see this whole process for what it really is. This isn't about your world getting smaller. It's not about you falling behind. This is a sign of advanced human development. You're moving from just collecting information to actually distilling wisdom. I really want you to take this identity on. You are a master of distillation. Your entire life has been one long data collection mission. All the experiences, the relationships, the wins, the losses. Your 60s and beyond, they're not about collecting more data. They are about you stepping into the laboratory of your own mind and extracting the pure, concentrated wisdom from everything you've lived. Every single no you say is just an act of refining that wisdom. And this is the great power of what we can call your second act, sovereignty. It's the ability to finally trust that biological urge to simplify. It's not you being lazy or antisocial. It is the wisest part of you finally taking the wheel and leading you toward your most focused, your most peaceful, and your most powerful years. You are the editor of your own life story, and every unessential thing you cut away just makes the final version that much stronger. And that brings us to the end. This is all about finally giving yourself the permission that maybe you've been waiting for your whole life, the permission to put your own peace above everything else. Look, if you only take one single thing away from our time together today, please let it be this. If it costs you your peace, it is too expensive. Just let that sink in for a second. Your peace of mind is your single most valuable asset. It's more valuable than showing up to every event, more valuable than winning an argument, and way more valuable than being seen as always available. It is the very foundation of a truly good life. So, I have a gentle challenge for you. Sometime in the next 24 hours, I want you to identify just one emotional obligation. It could be a worry you keep replaying, a phone call you feel like you have to make, maybe even just scrolling on your phone when you know it makes you feel bad. Just one thing. And then I want you to give yourself sovereign permission to just walk away from it for the day. Just see how that feels. Please remember, that desire you feel for a simpler life, that's a biological mandate for wisdom. It is not a sign of decline. When you clear out all the clutter, you finally get to meet the person you were always meant to become. This is your time.
It's your moment to prune the static, protect your fuel, and lead your life with the peace you have so deeply earned and absolutely deserve. Thank you so much for joining me today.